Let's just start off with the big topic right away. This new summer hunt event, for anybody who doesn't know what's going on here or how it's working, let's recap that real quick. So, it's actually easier if I show you on my other account because I haven't done it yet on this account. Excuse me. So here's the easiest thing to do. You start it, you go right into your event store. Bam. There's your first avatar, the initiate. And you get 100 points right off the bat. Which then gets you the first milestone right there. Then you go into here. Now, I've heard issues of some lag and delays, especially on European servers that were slowing down where these things are popping up. Hey, look, it's right there. You go ahead and you equip that one right off the bat. Now you've got your new avatar equipped. So now we can actually start doing the events. Without an avatar equipped, some of the events will not score points. Proving Grounds, this is because you are an initiate. This is the only one you have access to. You defeat a hostile with the avatar equipped, you get 1 point. As you can see, people here have lots of points. So they've been doing lots of grinding, lots of killing. Because that's what you're required to do for the Great Chase SMS. Defeat a hostile with initiate, gain a point. Then you can move up when you get the Bounty Hunter one. That's right here at the 500 point milestone. The Veteran one is right here at the 5,500 point milestone. So if you're looking just at this at face value, you're thinking, oh wow, I got to kill 500 of these things just to get this first little avatar. Then I would change it, right, and go from Initiate to Bounty Hunter, unless I wanted to keep going in that same SMS event. Because when you get the second one, you unlock the second SLB, rather. Defeat a hostile with the Bounty Hunter. Get a point. Keep grinding your way up. Or you could start doing group armadas and get 200 points apiece. And then eventually, when you get to this one, you would start working on the Veteran one. Still getting 200 points for group armadas, but getting 2,500 points for solo armadas. Except the frickin' thing is broken. So, you can just skip, if you have the ability, if you are Ops 35 and up, you can skip right to doing solo armadas and get 2,500 points apiece. You got to do 3 solo armadas. You go right past these 2 milestones, get both avatars. Ta-da! Easy peasy. Then you can do whatever bracket you want. Should also note that the Defeat Group Armada also scores 200 points apiece. And I even tested this with my level 15 account, and I got 200 points. Level 15 account obviously can't set armadas, so you can't get points any other way other than the charity of other people in your alliance. But for science, they were nice enough to let me test it out. Level 15 account, Jellyfish with, Grush and Scotty on it, made its way out to a decent sized space. I think we took down like a level, it was one of the Klingon burial ones, because those are also really good for points. Because, as you'll see when we, whatever it is, wherever it's Defeat Group Armada, get 200 points, right? So you set the one that gives you the lowest, has the lowest directives, amount of directives that you need to use. And those would be the Klingon burial ships in those discovery systems. Now, they are not good for this event, the Supreme Choice Heroic one, because you get points for spending directives. If you start an uncommon armada with them, even though it says starting an uncommon armada gives you 100 points, it was only giving people 20 points last time I heard for starting those. This is obviously weighted very heavily towards starting rare and epic solo armadas or regular armadas to finish this milestone up. And for doing so, you get one of these Supreme Choice tokens right there that you normally would have to purchase. Also, if you place high enough in the SLB, you can also win more of these tokens, paying out all the way down to top 10. Said tokens are worth really, really awesome rewards. Now, some of these bundles look familiar because if you had bought the token last month when they were only selling them, these are the bundles that you would have seen. The Picard, Epic Officers, Dax, this Kira and Bashir. This is a full unlock of them. The Epics are 40 shards apiece. of any of the epics, so it could help you tier one of them up or possibly unlock them. But they also had a couple things down here like the Amalgam refit and the Mantis refit, as well as some export credits, which are good for research, and a couple of projectiles, which are all right. Nothing super, super awesome, but not bad. Again, no other way to source them, so that's limited. But they did just go ahead and add a few things as well, like Hugh, picking up 40 shards for him. Or if you don't have the rare officers for any of your battleship, explorer, or interceptor strike teams, also a good way to pick them up or tier them up if you want. I wouldn't recommend picking up any of this other stuff either. So you get the free avatar regardless of your ops level. You go ahead, you click it into place, and then you go run a couple of solo armadas, which is what we're going to do right now, just to show how this works. I just got to switch some people around, throw some crews on here real quick. You can go there for now. What do we need? We need a Kirk because it's an Enterprise. And then maybe we'll do that here. And then here. That's not what's going to be on that ship. That's going to be, well, we'll go do some Defiant ones. And we're just going to throw Lorca in there. Let's guarantee some hull breach. And then we're going to come down here. We're just going to swap that. And we're just going to do that. You're so glad they coded this event poorly. Rather than grinding out like 500 hostiles to get to the first milestone, I would agree. It's a lot of hostiles to grind. I'm absolutely certain if I go look right now, well, hang on a second. Let me get my ships flying. Let's be smart about this. Let's save time. And hopefully nobody stream snipes me. But hey, even if they do, good on them. But I'm sure if I go look right now, well, we're at war, so there may not be as many going on in these systems. But I know some other streamers were showing this earlier today that, you know, Yarda and some of the other systems were basically just parking lots, right? Everybody just sitting here just auto-grinding AFK their 500 kills or 5,000 kills. You know, the 2,000 is the event limit, or the daily limit that resets at midnight whenever, or whatever time zone you're in, whenever your daily missions here reset. Actually, while I'm doing this, so I don't get interrupted, let's do it this way. So whenever these reset, so in 5 hours, is when your daily kill limit resets, and it's currently set to 2,000 hostiles. That's where you stop getting reputation gains, and that's where they stop giving you loot boxes. Doesn't mean you can stop killing them, though. You can keep killing them all you want. But that's what you would have to do if you were doing this the traditional way to finish these things up. You would have to kill 5,500 hostiles over a 6-day period. And that's just to get to here. At that point in time, you know, you could switch it up and start doing solo armadas because you'd have the right insignia. You could also switch a little earlier. When you get to the 500-point milestone, you could switch and start doing group armadas. But you'd still need 5,000 points, which means you're doing 25 group armadas. It's only 5 a day. That's no big deal, right? To get in 5 armadas a day over the next 6 days. That's a lot. That's a lot for sure, especially for people who are in that wheelhouse. Who, if you're in that Ops 20, 22 range, you can't start armadas yet, so you're relying on the charity of strangers, or you're killing a lot of stuff. But then again, this event isn't really designed for you. This is another event that is once again sort of designed for people 35 and up, because they want to push anybody who's not there yet to get there faster, because they want more people to move through the 30s and get into the 40s before they do that whole G6 thing at some point in the near future. Oh yeah, by the way, we also have faction hunts. So while you're doing all your hostile grinding, doing all of your faction hunts, well, that'll just help your milestones, right? Just make sure you've got your avatar equipped. And at least they did sync it up with a hostile hunt for the battle pass. But if I don't get killed, looks like we're okay for now. Let's start this armada real quick. You go. And you go. Best part is you get to do this for 5 more days. Well, that is certainly the fun part about it too, is that as we look around here, and you can see that the SLBs are all 24-hour events, which means they're just going to keep resetting. Now again, you can just kill hostiles and things like that to get on the leaderboard. By getting on the leaderboard, you get these bounty credits, which have a store turn in. If you finish high enough, you will also get these bounty orders, which are used to unlock events in week number 2. That's the other fun part, is this is a 2-week thing, because the next arc isn't starting until, let's look at a calendar here. So it's not starting on the 1st, it is starting on the 8th, is when our next arc will start. Oh, look, who's trying to sneak up on me? Oh, it's Ovi. Hi, Ovi. But there, as you can see, I did 1 solo armada. I don't have the right badge, don't have the right token, or avatar rather, but it was good. I only got the 100 points for setting the uncommon for the supreme choice, but as was pointed out by other content creators earlier, yesterday and today, I did get the 2,500 points for the Great Chase. So right there. So now I'll just do this 2 more times, get to this milestone, and then I can start working on any of the ones that I want. Now here's the weird thing. Where did my other SLB go? It vanished. That's not supposed to happen. Is it because I didn't kill anything first? Let's find out. Let's find out if I kill a hostile, if it comes back. Tell me I stopped in the only system that doesn't have hostiles in it. Alright. Let's go back to Bajor. They've got some hostiles there. But yes, this event, it's certainly an innovative way of making us do the same things that we normally have to do, right? Let's kill a hostile and see if this scores points. got my point for Great Chase. I got my point for that. But it would appear that my initiate event has vanished. My Proving Ground initiate event is gone. Interesting. Now I'd have to change avatars to the rare bounty hunter one if I wanted to start scoring in the other SLB. Oh, and great, the lag. I'm not really there. That could be another thing. So let's do this and let's reboot real fast. The EU servers are having a lot of issues again with lag, so that could be a thing on this particular server that's messing things up. Lloyd, I had the avatar equipped. I had the initiate, so I should have gotten points for the initiate SLB. Too cool for school, I guess. But let's take a gander and see if maybe, just maybe, this is working better now. Nope, we're back at base. Nope, still only showing 3 events. So I guess because I didn't score in the initiate event, it has now vanished. That doesn't seem right, but it is what it is. So let that be a lesson if you're watching this later and you haven't started doing any of your events yet, at least on day 1. All right, well, let's go out here and kill a hostile or 2. That's really weird that that event vanished. That doesn't seem right, because when I killed the armada, it should have counted for as a hostile for a point at least. That's gonna bother me that that didn't work right. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna bother me. GP, you lost yours when you changed avatars? Interesting. Because over here on my main account, I have all 3. And I've scored in all 3 because I did some grinding while I was waiting for my armada to start, or other people's armadas to start, and I put on the initiate one just to try and, you know, get in the top whatever to get an extra token. And then I started some solo armadas and stuff. So I've scored in all 3 leaderboards on this account. I broke the game. Maybe. Can I get it back by switching avatars? I guess we'll find out in a second. Let me score some points on this one first. With the right avatar equipped, let's just kill a couple hostiles. See what happens. Oh, who's this? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You just have to die on general principle. You're over here mining with dilithium with battleships. Even if you weren't in an alliance that I was at war with, I might still be tempted to kill you just for doing that. But the fact that you are in an alliance we're at war with, well, it just kind of has to happen then. Olympus, during your merger, they merged your Player of the Month leaderboards too? Ooh. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Okay. Now that the fun thing is about, because the scoring is based on which avatar you have, realistically, you can change them while your ships are deployed, which is a nice thing, because if I suddenly wanted to start getting points in another of the events, all I'd have to do is just swap avatars and start attacking stuff, and I should start getting points for the other leaderboards, assuming yours didn't disappear. Yeah, it's just gone. It is just gone. Well, would you look at that? Maybe there's something about it on Discord and they already know about all these issues. All right, we're just going to switch this crew up real quick. Denverstone, your basic one is missing as well. Lloyd says he's heard reports of it on Discord, so yes, submit a ticket. I will do that later from my tablet, because trying to do it from BlueStacks sends you through the website, which is a giant pain in the keister. So that would be the way to score for these particular events. Get them going, as you'll see at the other events. When the other one launches here in a minute, you'll see what the other event is, but I'll just go back to my main account where you can see all three. So Initiate is just points for killing hostiles with the Initiate avatar equipped. You can switch avatars, go to the Bounty Hunter one. You get points for defeating hostiles here or doing group armadas. And then the Veteran one, also killing hostiles. These are worth 20 points now instead of just 1. Group armadas are now worth 1,000 points instead of 200, so there's a nice multiplier here. And beating solo armadas are worth 10,000 points. So the point values are definitely doubled or tripled or multiplicative over here. All of these scorings are independent of the 5-day Great Chase event, which is how you will go ahead and work your way up through here and earn your avatar. But these all score separately. But as I mentioned at the top, the defeat solo armadas with the veteran avatar equipped is not properly checking what avatar you have equipped. So it's just giving you the 2,500 points. Olympus now just realized that he is also missing his 2 additional, he only has 2 SLBs, so he's also missing one. Well, look at that. So it's not just me and Denver. Go ahead and start another armada, get my 100 points. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, actually, it won't matter in this particular case which avatar I have equipped, because the only one that scores points for solo armadas is the veteran one. So Denver, you score for both. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is kind of goofed up at this point. So Interesting concept, but we'll have to see how they continue to flesh it out. If they try and do something like this again, or if they make any adjustments mid-event. Maybe they've figured out what the bugs were and how to change it. Maybe, tomorrow or the next day. Well, it won't really matter too much at this point because it's the SMS that's got the scoring issue, not the SLBs so much. If you have the veteran avatar on, you score for both veteran and bounty hunter. It's kind of what I was thinking was going to happen, that it wasn't going to recognize the difference and it was going to count for both events. I just don't remember I didn't remember offhand, so I didn't want to say it. But thank you, Lloyd and Denver, for both stating that in the chat. But only for group armadas, right? Now, those little Hirogen badges that you get can be redeemed over here in the event store. There are 5 different things to choose from here. Very much like the Dabo wheels, where you have the 5 different options. And also like the Dabo wheels, there are officers hidden within these things. However, your chance of getting an officer is god-awful. You have a 20% chance of getting an officer shard every time you open a pack. Most likely you're going to get a speed up. And what's your speed up? What's my speed up? Oh, at Ops 39, it's 2 5-minute speed ups. At Ops 53, it's an hour speed up. That's my bonus prize 70% of the time. One single 1 hour speed up, which is absolutely horrendous. So I don't know who came up with that idea. It was not a good idea. And we have an incoming raid from our dear friend It's Lube, raiding over with 69 people. How ironic. Hello, and good to see you all. Hopefully all of you 69 people who are coming over from Lube's stream have also made your way over to his YouTube channel and watched a multiple of his videos over there. We really need to get those watch hours up by like the weekend. So if you guys would be so kind as to do that, I think we still needed like 1,000 more hours over there to get him to where he needs to be, so that he also ends up having to wear a mankini, which I'm not even 1,000% sure. I want to know what exactly it's going to look like, but at this point, we're all in, so we're just going to go for it. But good evening to all of our incoming people. Thank you, Boynus and Brexon, for the new follows. And good evening to Zandy's Double Sharp. Cap Jesse, what's going on? Silvis, hey guys. Carl, Benny Hill's Ghost. Joe, Chief Stoney, Vadsy, Jadzia, welcome on in. Hey, Stewie. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, wait. I should have just acquired the new one, right? So now I got to switch this real fast. Bam. Then we switch it over to the Epic. So now I'm doing a solo Armada with the Veteran one equipped. So now these will be worth 10,000 points apiece. Thank you, Lou, for passing the 25 bits back. I appreciate that. There's my 2,500 points for the Great Chase. And that's not 10,000 points. That's 9,980 points. You can't do math, people. Where are my other 20 points? That is what I really would like to know. Ace, thank you very much for the bits. Dear Scopely, where are my other 20 points? Because seriously, it says right in the stupid description. Defeat one solo armada with veteran avatar equipped, 10,000 points. Why do I have 9,980 points? Screenshot. Where's the bugs? Where are my other 20 points? The other ones went to the SLB that disappeared. Yeah, that could be a thing too. You know, we've just happened to have this happen. Did some of you guys notice that my initiate SLB is gone now that I've gotten the other avatars? I got the bounty hunter one, I got the veteran one, but my initiate one, poof, disappeared. Commission and service fees. Ah, I didn't realize they were Ticketmaster. Well, actually, if they were Ticketmaster, they would have taken like 2,700 points. GP, yours only says 7,500 points? Interesting. All right. So let's call these guys back. And let's pop that shield back up. The Ferengi tax, yes. Stewie, yours gave you 10,001. Did I do something to make the other two appear? You're talking about the other two SLBs? As soon as I got the avatar, these SLBs popped up. But when Bounty Hunter popped up, it got rid of Initiate for me, so. Oh, it does say 10,000, okay. Jules, you still only have the Initiate one, but you've gotten the other avatars unlocked? That's weird. That's the inverse of weird. That's where? Dryu? Dryu. Yeah, that's Dryu, which is the inverse of weird. You did a full pull for the ore and steel, and it gave me 1 pull's worth, and now you have 0 credits? Oof. And now my game just crashed. Yeah. Jules, maybe the question is, do you have the other avatars unlocked yet? How was my vacation? It was fun. It was good, you know. Spending some time with my wife's side of the family. It's hot. It's Texas. It's central Texas in July, so it was like 107. That's Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion, for those of you who are curious. That'd be the equivalent of about 42°C. So for those of you not in the United States who use Celsius, yeah, it was about 42. Which is, yeah, really, really hot. It's hot. It's real hot. It's damn hot. That's what it was like, yes. It's the equivalent of hell no. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sure, it was dry. Oh, it was very dry. But I mean, you know, stick a blow dryer in front of your face and just hold it there for a minute. That's a dry heat too, and it sucks. But you're right. You know, it could have been Florida where it's, you know, it's 105 and it's like 99% humidity and you just feel like sticky all the time. That was a little Robin Williams impression there, yes. But so that is our brand new fun mechanic we get to deal with for the next couple of days. In addition to that, as I mentioned, there is an event store. It does have different bundles. There are cooldowns on these bundles. I believe you can only claim 6 chests per day from each little bundle. So you're guaranteed, take your guaranteed stuff, whatever it's going to be. Whoops, wrong account. Let's just do that for a second. So in this particular case, well, do I need ore? I think I do. 21. Well, that's not great, but I will take every little bit I can get. I got 1 La'an shard, and I got a bunch of 5-minute speed-ups. Yes, just what I always wanted. This is not the officer sourcing. If you watched DJ's release teaching Trek video, or what he was talking about last night, this is not the officer sourcing that he was told about and that he then promised to all of us we'd be getting. Perhaps week 2 will have different, because you'll also notice that there are no Beverly Picard shards here and no Dezoc shards here, even up for grabs. But you'll notice it's also got a 12-day timer on it. Do not wait, because as you'll see right here when I claim this one. Hey, no officer shards. Woohoo! So mathematically, I got 1 officer shard out of 6 pulls, which is about what I should get, because it only has a 20% drop rate thanks to this god-awful info button, which thankfully they did put in. One of the chance items, and your chance items give you a 20% chance at an officer shard. And now you'll see here, this is now on a 22-hour cooldown until tomorrow. So if you wait till the end to cash in your things, you are going to end up with a bunch of leftover currency. So definitely claim as you go so you don't get stuck or having to take things like territory stuff or away team stuff that maybe you want less, just to use up the currency before the ARC mini event expires.